back. This is Boomer Life on CL 650.
And we're back. This is Boomer Life on CL 650. I'm Joanne Sutton, and joining us today in the studio from the BC Seniors Living Association is Executive Director Marlene Williams, along with Sam Zaitoon. He's an educator and a program specialist at Vancouver Premier College. And we also have Reid Wilderman with us today, Director of Education at Vancouver Premier College. So we're continuing our discussion about the retirement living community in Vancouver and in the province, and the leadership role of the BC Seniors Living Association in educating, and also a couple of key players who are helping educate a whole new crop of employees who have chosen the retirement community as their field of choice. So let's talk a little bit more about this brand new course, which is going to be offered, I think, starting in the spring at Vancouver Premier College. Reid, it's the Senior Living Management Certificate.
Yeah, the goal will be to start it in April. We don't have the exact day set yet, but it'll be approximately an 8-month part-time program. There is 7 courses that are involved, each one varying between 4 to 6 weeks in length, with it being a Tuesday, Thursday evening style. So we are expecting people to be able to maintain working schedules and still be able to upgrade their skills while they keep their jobs and their family lives as well.
So basically, who are we hoping to attract to this program? Is it people already existing, working in the industry, maybe to better their skills, or are we trying to attract a whole new crop of educated people to help look after us as seniors when we move into a retirement community?
Actually, that will be the perfect balance between the two. More likely, we'll be getting both. Almost like doing a hotel diploma. You get people that are in the industry that within the supervisors, assistant general managers that looking to enhance their career and move into higher positions. Or you get people that finish high school and they know people work in the hospitality industry and that's what they want to do. And therefore you get the balance between the two. Where the beauty of this is that if you have a classroom with a mix between the two, that you can actually, based on the experience that the educator will have, that they can talk about a topic, whether it's the food and beverage or the overall operation, you can actually engage the people with experience to be part of the class and to give them that empowerment also to speak of their experience for other people to learn. So again, the good thing about having classroom style and people attending in person is that sharing the experience together and knowing how to do one thing 3, 4, 5 different ways to do it. And I think at the end of the day, I believe it will be a combination of both.
So is there a specific type of person you're hoping to attract to this program, young or old or
I don't think age will have anything to do with it. I think back to Marlene's comment about do we have the right person that enjoy serving the public? Senior or not is different. Do you have to be a different kind of person to serve seniors? I don't think so. I think like to serve, period, or when you're delighted to serve, period. That's a gift that you have that you do.
Or some of the certain qualities you might be looking for in a person, someone tolerant or someone empathetic or someone...
There's some special techniques that we teach, and I learned it myself when I moved from hotels, of how to speak to senior. Why do people yell when they speak to senior and they shouldn't? Coming from behind a senior, tap them on the back and scare them. There's some things you don't do, some etiquette that you need to learn. But really, if you have the ability to serve people, you will be very good qualified if you have the right attitude and the right manners to serve people, period.
And Marlene, you must have noticed this with your experience with seniors over the years.
Well, and again, from our hospitality background, I think one of the things too that I think will probably attract people is one of the things about working in the hotel industry, and I know when I was working at the Pan Pacific Hotel, we had something called the Captain's Club. And so while we had guests checking in and checking out on a daily basis, we had our Captain Club members that were coming once and twice a week. Their picture was up on the wall. Oh, Mr. Smith, how are you? And you build those relationships. And part of working in, the sales department was building the relationships with your customers, and not only that you were booking the business with, but with the people that are staying in your hotel. And I think one of the biggest factors I think that's going to draw people to this industry is when you're working with the seniors, these are people, you've got 150 seniors living in a building that you're working in that are going to live there from anywhere from 3 to 5 to 8 to 10 years, depending on when they move in and their age, right? And you build that relationship and they become your family. And so it's very much it's a very passionate, I think, career. And some people love that and some people don't. Some people say, oh no, I don't want to get attached and then have to lose them, because ultimately they may not be around forever.
But some get it and some don't.
But some get it. And I think that's going to be a really big draw for this industry as well, is because they want that relationship. They want that connection where they can have, a longevity and a relationship with that type of thing. And I think that was one of the biggest things I noticed when I came in the industry was how the people that work in the senior living industry, how unbelievably passionate they are about their jobs and the people that they serve or work with, whichever way you want to term it.
Well, it's a very specialized group, as Sam, as you mentioned earlier, and I'm probably coining a very bad phrase here, but they weren't born yesterday. This is a very experienced group, a very educated group. They've been around the block several times, and they may know more than the staff member that they're dealing with.
I can guarantee you from my 11, 12 years working with seniors, they will spot a liar in a split second, or somebody that is trying to give them a line or not tell them the truth, or whatever the case is. They just they have that, and that comes from what you just said. They have the experience. They lived enough. They've been around the block. Whatever the case is, it just. Yes, well educated, yes, but also life experience is huge.
Sure.
And if I have 10 more than you, so I have 10 more than you. Then
and very genuine.
And definitely, and that's where part of the things that you teach people, as much as you get attached to the seniors and in your building and you love them, you still have to have that fine line. So should somebody move out to a long-term care, you don't get depressed. It wouldn't impact you. You should be happy for people as they move on to different stages as life, you yes. would when you were young, and it's just different stages of life that you should be proud of as people serving them as they are. And yeah, sometimes we don't like it, sometimes we like it, but it's a stage of life that we should respect and move on. But you get too attached, like Marlene said, sometimes it causes personal damage to the employees, and that's part of the program also that we speak about. There's nothing to teach about this except we talk about, we share with the experience, and get them to have where your conscious mind is not being taken over by your subconscious mind, and you have that delicate balance to make the right decision at all times.
It's so true. You've brought up a number of excellent points, Sam. I think we could talk about this for hours as well. But if I can just get back to Reed for a moment about the new program at Vancouver Premier College. We expect it starting sometime in April. We don't have the start date, but what can you tell us about the admission requirements?
Yeah, it's a very standard admission requirement. You would see it for most college level programs in industries similar to this. Very basic. Minimum 17 years of age if you have graduated from high school, or 19 if you're applying as a mature student. So what you would see today, a lot of colleges have mature student options, which means you don't have to have graduated from high school. That's not a requirement if you are of 19 years of age. So it's not limited. There's a lot of opportunity there. A basic statement of intent, and the reason why we have this is 150 to 200 words, because we really want to draw out from people why they're choosing to pick this industry, because it is, as Marlene said very well, it's about the passion for working with these people. And I think the students that we're envisioning will have that passion, and then we just want to know a little bit about that. And then a simple grade 12 level of higher English if you have it, and if not, as I said about those mature students, we have a basic English proficiency test, nothing astronomically hard. It's just to show a basic functional level of industry that you would need to work in an industry like this. So it's quite simple. All the information is linked through the BCSLA website, and you can find it on our website as well.
Excellent. Thanks so much. You are listening to Boomer Life on CL 650. We're speaking with the BC Seniors Living Association today about how Vancouver Premier College is now offering courses to support the growing need for educated professionals to support the seniors community in this province. We're all getting older. We're all going to need some level of care in the future, and basically who's going to provide it. You can always get more information at bcsla.ca. And you all must be so excited to have this program come into fruition. Coming up next on Boomer Life, we'll be talking about the program outcome and what are the students going to be equipped with when they graduate from Vancouver Premier College. That's up next on CL 650.
Celebrating the baby boomer lifestyle. This is Boomer Life on CL 650.